In the dynamic realm of multimedia creation, perspectives and frameworks play crucial roles. Today, we explore the power of a versatile perspective, theories of change, and why it's preferable to employ when creating multimedia that fits society. When crafting multimedia content, having a well-defined perspective is essential to have in mind. A perspective such as theories of change offers a fresh approach to creating impactful media that takes into account the mechanisms of society and multimedia. The theories of change perspective is an approach to multimedia creation that guides you through identifying, planning, and evaluating what steps are needed to create meaningful and impactful multimedia. The appeal of this perspective comes from its goal to understand the situation in order to work with it rather than against it in sparking change. It offers a contextual analysis of the whole and a curated approach that multimedia students and practitioners can address. Embracing theories of change means embracing the value of context, which is an important factor that allows us to work with the system. Knowing the ins and outs to understand the hows and whys of a certain environment. As a multimedia student interested in curated media, this perspective's emphasis on the importance of context, audience engagement, and participatory approaches in designing media initiatives piqued my interest because these three are important factors that can help us better understand the social, cultural, and technological aspects that shape multimedia and the media landscape. Speaking of curated media, in creating multimedia, the theories of change perspective offers creators a guideline for adaptation rather than a blueprint to follow, which allows for flexible strategizing in multimedia creation. In other words, instead of telling us what multimedia can do, it tells us how multimedia can do it, allowing us to create multimedia that, in essence, is similar to Zeus Salazar's Pantayong Pananaw. Multimedia that is from our people, by our people, and for our people. The kind of multimedia whose information and potential won't go to waste. Let's look at it this way. Picture yourself as a tour guide on a trip around Europe. You plan the itinerary, schedule some activities, pin some locations. All in all, you try to get from point A to point B and have some fun along the way. On this trip, there were times when you couldn't follow through with your plans because apparently the restaurant is 8 blocks away from your pin, there's a crowd of people blocking the path to your hotel, and you just don't speak that much Spanish. But instead of trying to get your way in modern Europe, you learned your language. You adapt your journey based on what's in front of you instead of what you had planned out. The theories of change perspective works in that similar manner. You flexibly adjust your content, ensuring an engaging and relevant experience for your travelers. Its framework is designed to enable multimedia students to navigate the media landscape while accounting for the ever-evolving preferences of their audience. But this doesn't go without recognizing that this perspective has its downsides, like falling short in recognizing the whole because of the cherry-picked content. As theories of change puts a high priority on context and how it can work with said context, it can easily direct our attention towards selected content. With this selection, it can easily paint any topic into any light, influencing our views and ultimately blinding us. Though we can't deny that a view curated to our preferences can help us engage and understand the intricacies of different topics better, it's still a curated view that may have bias, fine prints, and hidden attachments that we might not see at the time. But this also doesn't mean that theories of change as a perspective isn't ideal. It just means that we have to be mindful as consumers and thoughtful as creators. The theories of change as a perspective or framework offers a lot of advantages. It enables contextual analysis, a curated approach, and adaptability akin to a tour guide navigating their way through Europe. As aspiring multimedia practitioners, it's an integral part of our work to consider the perspectives and frameworks that empower us to create media that resonates, evolves, and leaves a lasting impact on our audience.